Hello, everyone. It's nice to be with you again. I am Cheryl Hutto, a coach for Care Partners, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about grief today, as I've talked about grief for Care Partners for many years now. Anticipatory grief, ambiguous grief, all the losses along the way as we care for those we love. But today I am going to talk about the biggest grief of all, of course, that is the loss of someone that we love and that we have cared for. And the reason I'm talking about that is that I am very pleased to tell you that I have put together a program that I'll be offering as a 6-week Zoom program beginning July 8th, available to every single care partner, whether they have lost the one they love recently or it's been a long while. It really makes no difference. I've been facilitating grief groups locally for a while now, and during COVID, I realized painfully that there weren't any in-person support groups available to anyone. We could not get in the car and drive and go to a support group at a local hospice or a church or anywhere. And even now, the doors are just beginning to open, and those support groups are few and far between. So I am putting together this group, as I mentioned, and in my groups, we focus on a lot of things. We'll have a group which is the topic would be guilt or fear or regret, or perhaps finding meaning in life. We do things as you might expect, like sharing tears and sharing laughter. We bring poetry to these groups. We do some journal writing and so much more. We also, I will subject you to my guided meditations with singing bowls, because I am so keen on helping us come into our bodies and touch our own hearts with tenderness. I feel as though developing or regaining compassion for ourselves is the foundation of healing our grief or any other issue that we are addressing as human beings. And if you've been in one of my groups, I'm sure that you have you've, I hope, enjoyed one of my guided meditations. But we do so much more. And I also want to say how we need to find meaning during grief. And how do we do that? We all do, but particularly for care partners, you know, if you've lost someone that you've cared for many, many years, suddenly the journey is over, and you open the door and you look outside and you think, oh, what is this life? What is the meaning of my life? And so we really, really delve into that and focus on that, empowering people to find the meaning in life without giving up the grief or the love that they have for the person that they cared for. It's so important to begin to find that new meaning and find a power for you in your own life that maybe you haven't experienced in years. I do surveys at the end of the groups, and one person reported to me that one of the most important topics that we did in one of my groups was to focus on guilt. She had an absolute breakthrough. She didn't understand that she was even dealing with guilt during the process up to this point, and it really was a breakthrough for her, because this had been such a roadblock that she didn't even know existed. And she was so happy about it. And of course, I was thrilled for her. As I mentioned, we also deal with many, many other issues that can be helpful. And one of them might be the importance of just being in a group, which is to serve others. And we all know that being in community is important, and it's important to share our stories. But maybe what you haven't thought about is the importance of being served and serving another. It's what human beings are intended to do. I was in a meeting several weeks ago in a caregiver group setting, and one of the women in the group had recently lost her husband, and she had cared for him for many, many years. She had just lost him, as I said, and her grief was very raw, and she was quiet and numb. And we were talking and doing the group, and she suddenly was able to engage with other members and help them on their journey. And she lit up. She was being of service to others. And it was so powerful and so meaningful. It's amazing to be in a group. So it's a safe place to be able to bring the rawness of yourself with absolutely no judgment, no matter what is coming up for you in a group. I'm again want to give details of this group. It will begin on July 8th and run for 6 consecutive Thursday afternoons. I am a certified life coach for care partners, as well as a certified coach for grief. I hope that you will inquire, or I hope that you will share this information with someone if you think they could use it. I'm easy to get in touch with. My website is CherylHutto.com, and my email is nearly the same. It's Cheryl@CherylHutto.com, or you could text me. That phone number is 413-507-0297. And I hope that I see you, or I hope that you pass this along. If you're not in that grieving process at the moment, that's marvelous. In the meantime, I wish you peace, and thank you for watching.